Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of representing an unknown quantity. This is standard 4.5a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 7 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got Duncan and Priscilla. They buy 68 apples. All right, so I'm just going to represent this with a big chunk. 68 apples. All right, so they use 46 apples to make pies for their bake sale. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of take this 68. I'm just going to kind of put that out here. That's the total, right? 46 of the apples are used. So that's going to be more than half. So I'm going to kind of draw a line right around there. And I'm going to say 46 for pie. So they're making a pie. All right, so we got 46 of the pies that are going to be used for bake sale. So let's keep track. As you can tell on our answer choices here, we don't need to find the answer, but that's one of the best ways to double check your work on a problem like this. When you see that your answer needs to be a representation rather than finding an answer, try to find the answer. And then you can use that answer to check your work with everything. So let's see what we've got here. So if I've got 68 total apples, and I'm going to use 46, well, that's going to be a subtraction, right? So that's subtract. So that's going to leave me with 22 apples left. All right, so 22 apples left so far. So I'm just going to draw a little 22, put that right there. So we've completed this first sentence. We have the picture of the 68 apples. We have used 46 for bake sale. Now, something else is going to happen. They split the remaining apples evenly between the two of them. Okay, so we've got Duncan and Priscilla. They're going to take these apples and they're going to split them evenly. All right, so when we are dealing with splitting them evenly, we're dealing with equal groups. And when you split, that is a word that we might not use too much, but that actually implies an operation. So when you split something, you split it up, you actually are going to divide it. So both of these are going to be helpful. So when we divide, we need to have equal groups. So the fact that we've got this word split with evenly lets me know that it's going to be a division. Because if you have unequal groups, like Duncan had more than Priscilla, then you can't say you divided them evenly. You can't split them evenly. All right, so with my picture here, I just want to do this right here. So there's only 22 apples left, right? So I'm just going to, you could do long division, or I could think, you know what, that's a fact that we might know, right? 2 times what makes 22? Most of you were thinking, okay, that's 11. All right, so they each get 11. So which diagram represents the number of apples, A, that Duncan and Priscilla each have? Well, Duncan and Priscilla each have 11. So we're going to we need to find a way to represent that 11 with A because we've already solved this. And just to make sure, we've got 46 for the pie, 11 for Duncan, 11 for Priscilla, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 68. That's how many we started with. All right, so our numbers are good. Right, these two are going to be represented by A. Let's look at our strip diagrams. Well, A is not going to work because they've got A as the total, right? And A needs to be 11, which this would be much larger than 11. B, I'm not sure what B is doing there, but it would be half of the sum of 68 and 46, and that's not going to work either. Now, at least A on C is a subpart, but it's just one big chunk. Answer is going to be D because look, they take what's left over. It's basically my picture just flipped over on the side. They take what's left over after the 46 and they split it in half. So my answer is D.